Hello, everybody. We are live. Time for some tarot reading. Gonna do some tarot reading. Oh, yeah. I hope everyone's having a happy Monday. I hope everyone's weekend was amazing. Just gonna hang out here for a few minutes and wait for some people to show up and do some tarot reading. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Christopher33, and I do free tarot readings here on YouTube live stream for the masses to spread love and light to everybody. And I also do personal readings. If you are interested in personal readings, click on the link below and email me. Email me your question, send me the money, and I'll record a reading for you and send it right back to you through your email. So, without further ado, let's do a general reading just to see how tonight's gonna go while we're waiting for people to file in. Don't know how long I'm going to be on for tonight. Could be a little while, could be a lot of while. We'll just see how things work out, see how I feel. Great goddess. Great goddess, great goddess. Thank you for everything. You are amazing. Thank you for all your goodness. Hello, Anne. How are you, Anne? Absolutely. What would you like to know? Thank you. That's awesome. How does your Scorpio feel for you? Well, let's find out. Let's do a relationship spread. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a card to represent you, and we're going to have a card to represent your Scorpio, and then we'll have a card to represent what the relationship is like between you two. I should give you a little insight on how your Scorpio feels. So without further ado, great goddess, guide these cards, guide my intuition, help me to find out what's going on with Anne and her Scorpio tonight. Here's Anne, here's your Scorpio, and here is what's really going on. So Anne, we've got the Queen of Swords. That's amazing. That's awesome. We've got a very strong female figure here, and she looks like she is just on her way. She's doing amazing things. She looks like she's got goals. She's got aspirations. She looks like she's making things happen. And with swords, it's a very air energy. We're talking about communication. So we're talking about someone who is able to communicate their needs very effectively. And that's awesome. That's good for you. Let's check out your Scorpio over here. Well, your Scorpio, we got the Tower. So we got someone who's probably going through a few things right now. And someone who's probably not very sure what's going on in their life right now. But with any kind of chaos comes order. So we're talking about, whenever a wildfire burns down a forest, it makes way for new growth. So that's what the Scorpio may or may not be going through right now. If that resonates, I hope it does. And the relationship between you two, well, I'm seeing Judgment in reverse. So let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Let's see how our energy is feeling. And we got pretty good positive energy. So with the Judgment card, we're talking about someone who maybe is maybe a little critical of you. Maybe someone who feels that they are of a maybe a higher ethical standard than you. Whether or not that's true is not to be decided here, because there's two sides to every story. So what I would say is that they're probably, I wouldn't say that they don't not like you. I would say the Scorpio probably has some reservations about how certain things that you do, or maybe certain aspects of your character. but you know, that's something for you to communicate with. That's what communication is for. It's important for you to talk to this person and try to and it could come from his or her personal feelings about themselves, and that's something that I've learned myself, is when people are critical of other people, it usually comes from their own self what do you call it self insecurities. So I wouldn't take it personally. I would just look at it for what it is. And I would recommend that you guys communicate, talk to each other, get it out in the open. Don't let anything just be up in the air and not knowing what's going on. So that's what I have for you. Let's see. I can only catch up on chat. Yes, awesome. I'm glad it resonates. Hello, Beauty Queen. It's good to see you again. Let's see. Anne says, can we see what the outcome between us will be? Absolutely. Sure. Let's do an outcome card. Let's do a quick outcome card. Let's ask the goddess to find out what's the long-term or short-term goal for us between Anne and her Scorpio. Let's see what's going on between those two. So let's pull a card, and we're just going to see what the general overall energy is going to be like for them. And what I've got here is I've got the Fool. I've got the Fool. You know what the Fool represents? The Fool represents opportunity. It represents a complete, it could absolutely go anywhere from here. So there's no one way or another on this. It's complete. It's an empty blank sheet of paper. It's up to you guys to decide how you want to paint your painting of life. So that's what I've got for you, Anne. Thank you. You're very welcome. Beauty Queen. I see you, Beauty Queen. I see you retracted a couple statements there. You're welcome to post a question if you'd like. Let's see, reading for this month, career and love. Beauty Queen, let's see what, if you're still here, Beauty Queen, let's go ahead and get you started. So, great goddess, how is Beauty Queen's? Let's take a look at her career first. Let's take a look at your current situation, your challenges, and your guidance for your career. And then, just like Anne, we're going to do an outcome card to see kind of the general idea of what we're doing here, what we're dealing with. It's great goddess, guide my intuition, guide these cards. And we're talking about Beauty Queen, doing her current situation with her career, some challenges she's going to face, and some guidance, as well as an outcome. All right, here we go. So, Beauty Queen. Here's your current situation regarding your career. Here's some challenges you're going to face and a little bit of guidance. And then we're going to have your outcome card right here. And we're looking at a positive energy on the bottom of this deck. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, so let's see where you're at. Well, career-wise, it looks like you're not doing too bad. It looks like everything's going pretty well for right now. You seem to have everything under control. Everything seems pretty symbiotic. It looks like you get along with your coworkers fairly well. Yeah, it looks like a big old tea party. So let's see what some challenges you're going to face. Well, we got the Devil card, so we have some temptations here. We have some very, very passionate temptations, things that could distract you from your goals in life. We could see some over embellishments in money or finances, or possibly a little bit too much gossip in the workplace, if any of those resonates at all. And then for some guidance regarding your career, we have Seven of Swords. So stay focused, stay organized, make sure that you have all your papers filed away in the right place in your filing cabinet. Make sure that you are communicating with your team. Make sure that you are communicating with your employer, and just make sure that you know what's going on in your career. And as for the outcome for your career, we've got the Justice card. So we've got, basically the Justice card symbolizes things that are meant to be. It's going to be based on your karma. So everything that you put into your career is what you're going to get out. So if you just watch this Devil card and watch these temptations and watch out for, like I said, gossip is a killer. Poor decisions, but I don't see that. I see a very organized, a very well ordered person here. But I would say just watch that gossip. And if you make sure that you just keep tight lips and keep your opinions to yourself, then I see you going far. But you will get what you work for. If you work hard enough, if you strive for your goals, the universe will come out in your favor. That's what I'm seeing here. So that's what I've got for you. Adriana, hello. My friend Adriana is here. How awesome. Beauty Queen, I hope that resonates. Powerline, you're next. Absolutely. Welcome everybody. I'm so happy to have everybody here. Let's see, Powerline. Can I? Awesome, thank you. Can I ask, how does M feel for me at the moment? And will he come back to my life? Well, let's find out. So we'll just do a relationship spread for Powerline. And let's see how M feels about Powerline. Great goddess, guide me in this work. Guide me in my intuition. Guide these cards. Help me spread love and light and good news for everybody. All right, Powerline. Let's find out how M feels about you. We're going to do a relationship spread. So the first card's going to be Powerline. The second card's going to be M. And then the third card's going to be the relationship status, the energy of the relationship between Powerline and M. And then we'll pull a fourth card for an outcome to see how everything's going to go. So let's see how this goes. All right. So here we go. Here's Powerline, and here's M, and here's the relationship. And let's do a outcome card right there for the relationship. And we're looking at energies, and we're looking at pretty good energy here. So let's see what we got. We got the High Priestess in reverse. So we're talking about someone who is very in touch with their inner goddess. We're talking about someone who is on a very divine path. We're talking about Powerline here. Powerline, very good. Awesome. I like seeing the High Priestess pop up. That's a very good card to have. That's a person who is in touch with the divine feminine and is very intuitive and pays attention to what's going on around her and appreciates the blessings in her life, especially all the fruitful blessings of the goddess, which is very, very good. Let's check out M over here. M, we've got the Devil card. So M is someone who is very, very, well, we'll say passionate. M likes a little bit of dirtiness. M likes to get down and dirty. And M likes to, M is a little bit, I would say, chained to his or her, I wouldn't say addictions, but I would definitely say creature comforts. The Devil card isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is a sign of some kind of enchainment to something that not necessarily is healthy. And so, as you can see in my card deck, the Devil card is represented by hordes of ice cream, because how bad is ice cream for us, and yet how so wonderful it is. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from M. The relationship between you two, I'm seeing a Ten of Swords in reverse. So I've been seeing this card pop up a lot lately, and I don't know if I've been interpreting it correctly. I think I know what it means, but let's double check the book just to make sure, because I'm still fairly new to this deck. It is based on the Rider-Waite, which is the standard tarot deck, but it's sort of its own thing. So let me check here the Ten of Swords. Our thoughts become reality. Dwelling too much on the past or hoping for things that cannot be prevents a healthy life from unfolding. This woman is ready to put an end to old thought patterns and unrealistic expectations. By doing so, she prepares her for new ways of thinking. In a reversed meaning, we're talking about reliving heartache by refusing to let go. I'm not seeing that in this situation. What I'm seeing is in accepting and releasing unpleasant or unfortunate events, circumstances. So, what I'm seeing is someone in this relationship is having to let go of something. And I'm thinking it's more on M's side because the Devil card popped up. So I'm thinking that maybe the relationship is being a little strained by M's wantonness for whatever it is that is binding him or her, whether it's drugs or alcohol, whether it's sex, whether it's pornography, whether it's food, whether it's money, or just any kind of vice that's holding this person back, I think is straining the relationship here. That's just what I'm seeing in the cards. So let's see for an outcome card, and we have the Knave of Wands. So we have someone, well, it's not the best card, but it is in reverse. So we're looking at some maybe some negative things coming out in the future. It could have something to do with what's going on with M. So I would just keep an eye out. Powerline, I would definitely just pay attention to what's going on with M. And if something is if they're going south, I would try to. I know it's hard to get out of things like this, but I would definitely try to get out of it before these fire creatures start crawling up your arms and devouring you. So that's just my opinion. But this is a tarot reading. This is for entertainment purposes. I'm just reading what the cards say, and I really hope the best for you and M. I do. Thank you. All right. Let's see where we're at. Hugo, welcome back. It's good to see you. Let's see. It is an awesome devil card. Thank you, Adriana. Well, Adriana was here. Would Adriana like a reading? Adriana. All right. Absolutely. Yeah, Hugo, I had to take a couple days off. I have a lot of things going on that I had to set up for. But I will be doing some three card pick a pile readings here pretty soon, thanks to your advice. And so expect those to come up on uploads, and I'm going to try the best I can to come here at least during the weekdays, if not the weekends, because the weekends are kind of for the boys. So I kind of have to hang out with my brother, and you know, we get down on the weekends. So I got to make time for myself. But the weekdays, I will definitely do the best I can to come and spread love and light with you guys. So Hugo, I will hit you up for a reading after Adriana. Let's see what Adriana says. Can I ask about career advice? Absolutely. So let's see. Let's do a general reading. Let's do a reading. Let's see where you're going out with your, let's see. Let's do a reading. This one's one I haven't done yet. This is what helps you, what hinders you, and what are your realized and unrealized potentials. So let's take a look. Adriana, great goddess, guide me in this reading, guide me in my intuition, guide these cards. Help me to find out what helps Adriana, what hinders Adriana, and what is Adriana's realized and unrealized potentials. And then let's pull a fourth card for an outcome, just to see an outcome for the next 30 days for Adriana. Let's see what's going on. All right, so here we go. Here is what's going to help you. Here's what's going to hinder you. Here's your realized and unrealized potentials and an outcome card. And we're looking at the energies, and we're looking at judgment in reverse. So we're looking at kind of a negative energy on this reading, but that doesn't mean anything yet. We're just going to keep that in mind for right now. So here's what's going to help you. So we're looking at the Knight of Pentacles. We're looking at someone who is standing off to the side while everybody else is doing the work for them. Maybe someone who's a little hands-off while everything else kind of gets put into place around them. We're looking at a person in a leadership position and someone in a directorial position. So that's what's helping you. What's helping you is to kind of stay on the sidelines and maybe direct traffic wherever it needs to be directed, but let the boys do the heavy lifting for you. And then, so let's see what's going to hinder you. And we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So typically this card shows someone who's very organized, someone who is very in tune with their magic and what's going on in the ritual, someone who's got all their candles in a row. So what's hindering you is that you're a little unorganized. You don't quite have your head in the game. You want to do one thing, but at the same time, you want to do another thing, and you just can't quite just keep up with the first thing that you started. So you kind of stop, and then you go to the next thing, and then you stop that and go to the next thing. So that's what's going to hinder you in this process. So just keep that in mind. Try to pick something that you want to do and stick with it. Put everything into it and keep doing it. So here are your realized and unrealized potentials. We've got the King of Wands in reversed. So in the upright position, the King of Wands is someone who is very, very influential. We've got someone who is very dynamic, who affects a lot of change, very powerful person. What this is in reversed is your realized or unrealized potentials here is your ability to influence without being over the top, without being so outspoken. You have a hidden influence, and that goes back to this Knight of Pentacles standing on the sidelines. So you do have a lot of potential in influencing people to make certain right decisions. You just have to know how to do that, and that's going back to being organized, getting yourself organized, and staying focused. So that's your potential. Whether you know it or not, your potential is being influential. Okay. And so with the outcome for the next 30 days, we've got the Hangman in reverse. And so the Hangman is generally a pretty good card. It means it's someone who has sacrificed themselves for higher wisdom. And in reversed, we're looking at someone who is maybe not necessarily so wise. So as you can see in this deck, the Hangman is a lady who is doing yoga and doing a headstand on her yoga pad. And so in reversed, I would say, because of the negative energy that's being come from the bottom of the deck, I would say that maybe I don't see anything fortuitous coming in the next 30 days. Again, you can change that. You're in full control of this situation. This is what these readings are for, so you can change your destiny. So stay organized, stay focused, Adriana, and you can change this Hangman into an upright Hangman and stand on your head and let the world know that that you rule and dogs drool. So that's your reading. All right, let's see what the chat says. Okay, cool. It's hard to do readings for every sign, but the pick of cards are cool. I prefer them. Cool. All right. My husband said you're on the money, but great advice. I need to hear this. Awesome. You're very welcome, Adriana. Awesome. I'm very happy to help you. Adriana, you need to text me. Okay. When I text you, I expect you to text me back, lady. So please. And Hugo, you're up. Let's do a reading for Hugo. Would like to how a person is feeling about me at the moment and in the future after the conversations we've had. So let's do a relationship with this person. I'm going to call this person P for person. And so we're going to check it out, the relationship status between Hugo and P. Great Goddess, guide my cards, guide my intuition, guide my insight. Help me to give Hugo a great reading. All right, so the first card's going to be Hugo in this situation. The second card's going to be P in this situation. And the third card is going to be the relationship energy, the dynamic that's going on between Hugo and P. And then we'll pull a fourth card for an outcome. I usually like 3-card spreads, but it seems like these 4-card spreads are working out pretty well too. So here we go. All right. And we got Hugo, and we got P for person. We've got the relationship dynamic, and we've got an outcome card. So let's check this out. All right, Hugo. We've got the moon. Oh, I love the moon. The moon is my favorite thing in the world. I just love the moon. So the moon, we've got someone who's very in touch with their intuition. We've got mystery. We've got a mysterious person over here. We've got someone who's very layered. We've got someone who's got a lot of dimensions to them. We've got someone who has a lot to offer, and we got someone in touch with the mysteries. We've also got someone who is a little bit of a lunatic. That's where we get the word lunatic, by the way, from lunar, which means that every time that the full moon comes out, people go crazy. But with the moon, you'll notice that the moon goes through phases, just like a person does in their life. So we have the maid, mother, and crone aspect of the goddess, and so we're talking about someone who grows, becomes full, and then wanes, just like the moon. So we're talking about someone who goes through cycles. Very effeminate energy, which is a good thing. Effeminate energy is very good. Let's see what P is up to. P, we got the 10 of chalices. We got something amazing going on. We got P, looks like, it could mean a few things. We're going to take a look at the relationship dynamic before we go too far with this reading. But let's just say that it could mean one of two things. It could mean either one, this person is open to marriage or relationship. This person is very what do you call it? Homebodied, someone who's very oriented towards having a relationship, or it could mean that they're already in a relationship. So let's see what the relationship dynamics tells us. And we've got a 6 of chalices in reverse. Let's check the bottom of the deck. And we've got a mostly positive energy here. So, 6 of chalices in reverse. Well, let's see. It could mean we're looking at social symbiosis. We're looking at someone who it looks like you guys get along pretty well. I don't see any kind of social distortion happening between you two. So I'm guessing that this could possibly mean that this person is considering a relationship with you. Let's see what an outcome card. And we've got the Queen of Swords, which is awesome. We're talking about partnership. We're talking about you're hired. So this is a good thing. Hugo, I would recommend that you pursue this P with everything you got. Invest and put yourself out there. Invest yourself in the relationship. See what happens, Captain, because you're only going to get out of it what you put in. And that's your reading. Haha, Hugo, my man. Happily ever after, you are up. Queen of Swords, yes, that's an air sign. Absolutely. Excellent. Nice. Happily ever after. What's your question, dear? Do you want a general reading or do you have a specific question in mind? I want to see if any relationship will take place between this new guy, Scythe, and I. Oh, thank you, happily ever after. Well, let's check it out. Let's check out what's going to happen between happily ever after and Scythe. Scythe sounds like a nice guy. Scythe. Happily ever after and Scythe. Great goddess, guide my intuition, guide these cards, guide my mind, guide my interpretations, help me to have a good reading here. All right. So here's happily ever after. Here's Scythe, and here is the relationship card. And if any relationship will take place, let's do an outcome card right here. Let's see how that works out. So this is going to be the dynamic of the relationship where it's at right now. So we've got happily ever after. We've got a 5 of Wands. We have someone who's probably a little bossy. We've got someone who likes to take control of the show. Maybe not exactly liked too much by her coworkers. Maybe she's got a few enemies out there. But, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. So let's check out Scythe. Saif's got the wheel. Saif is going through some different changes. Looks like he's in a good place right now. The wheel is actually the wheel of the year. And so we're talking about the seasons. And looks like Saif might be, well, let's check the energy of this deck real quick. And it looks like a mediocre energy, not too positive, not too negative. So maybe in a fall energy. And so he's in a fall place right now. So an autumn place, a place where things kind of die off and things, the wonderfulness that was in summer is starting to fall away. So we're looking at a guy who, probably isn't always too up and happy and chirpy, but he's not, he's not in a bad place. Let's see the relationship dynamic. Looks like you guys are happy together. I don't see any kind of disparaging energy between you guys. You guys seem like you're pretty in tune with each other. You guys are enjoying each other's company. I don't see anything wrong there. It just seems like it's more you guys have your own little issues that you guys have to deal with on your own. But the relationship seems pretty good. Let's see where it's going. And the High Priestess as your outcome card. That's a really good card to have as an outcome. That looks like it's something blessed by the goddess. So I see something very good for you guys. I see that, you guys, work on yourselves. And because you guys seem like you're in a pretty good team, I would recommend that you guys help each other out, because that's what relationships are for. It's a team. So that's what you got. I hope that resonates. Let's see what chat says. All right. Thank you for subscribing happily ever after. Good night, Adriana. Awesome. I'm glad you like it happily ever after. I hope you guys I wish you guys the best. I really like to see happy couples together, and I love seeing love blossom. It's just wonderful. Hopefully I'll find love someday. Well, she's out there somewhere. I'll find her though. Got to take time. All good things come to those who wait. So if you guys want to help me and support my channel, I've got some links in the description below. If you want to donate, if you want a personal reading, just email me. I charge very cheap compared to most tarot readers. Wouldn't mind a little money coming my way if you guys could help me out. Get some new decks, get some more crystals, get some more altar decorations. It'd be very awesome. So yeah, thank you. Thank you guys. All right, who's next? Who wants a reading next? Got two people in the house that I can see. Two people in the hizzy. Hugo's probably one of them. Hugo's my buddy. Hugo's my YouTube buddy. Oh boy. All right. Well, nothing else. We can just kind of hang out here and kind of see what's going on. I could start going through some of these cards while we're waiting and just kind of talk about what these cards mean. It would help me get more familiar with them. Because like I said, I'm still fairly new to this deck. There's some cards I haven't even pulled yet that, let's see what they mean. I pulled this one up a lot. Let's find out what they say about this one here. So this is the Seven of Wands. And typically how I interpret this card is, it's very strange. What I see here is because we're talking about a business lady who is doing a presentation of a fiscal report, and it looks like the line's going down. It would typically be a negative card. So, and we're seeing a lot of fire elementals around her feet, which are probably not helping the situation. It's keeping her trapped in where she's at. And so that's my interpretation. I like to interpret based on the imagery and rely less on the book. But let's just see what the book has to say. Let's see if that resonates where I'm seeing it. So we're looking at Seven of Wands. And it says, even if we are not feeling perfectly confident inside, we can, like this woman, draw on the energy of the universe to help bolster us up a bit. The universe has unlimited energy, so all we need to do is hold tight to our courage and ask for that boost to get us through them. So the divinatory meaning is having the strength to stand up for yourself and your ideas. Reversed is feeling defensive or overly protected. So not quite the same interpretation that I get from it. Like I said, I prefer to base it on the imagery. I think that's more important than what the book says, but because the images are there to inspire our intuition. It's there to draw out what that clairvoyance that's naturally built inside of us. And some of us are a little bit more in tune with it than others. It's something that everybody can attune to because we all have it built into us. But it takes a certain personality type to actually get in there and do it. So I go with the images. That's how I like to interpret cards. So let's see here. Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands. Yeah, I see a lot of those. I see a lot of those come up, especially the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a lot of people are scared of the Judgment card, and it is a heavy card. It can mean some really heavy things. Hello, I see another viewer in the room. If you would like a reading, make yourself known in the chat. I'd love to do a free reading for you. Let's see what the Judgment card means in this deck, how they interpret it. Like I said, I do my own interpretations. I think it's more powerful when you depend on your own intuition rather than what a book says, because a book is just meant to be a guide. It's supposed to teach you and get you familiar with things. But really, the ultimate thing is for you to depend on your own intuition and depend on your own understanding of things. So judgment is a spiritual calling or seeking and receiving divine communication. So that's a little bit different than what the Rider-Waite judgment is. So, well, hello, Salah. It's good to see you again. Salah. Am I saying that right? Aloha. It's good to see you too. Oh, Sahar. Yeah, Sahar. I didn't recognize the screen name. It's good to see you, Sahar. I'm so glad that you found my advice helpful, and I really do hope for the best for you. I hope that you're establishing those boundaries like I said you should. It's very important for you to, because it's the only way you're going to be able to get anything in this life is to communicate your needs. You have to let people know where you're at. You have to verbally establish what it is and where it's at. Awesome. It's good to see you, Sahar. Aloha. Let's do a reading for you. Hi, can I ask what changes I can expect soon? Well, let's find out. Changes. Well, let's do a 3-card spread. This one is typically current situation, challenges, and guidance. What we'll do is, instead of current situation, we'll look at current changes that are coming your way, what challenges those changes will bring, and guidance on how you should handle those changes. So let's do that. Great Goddess, guide my intuition, guide my cards, guide my insight, help me to give Aloha a great reading tonight. All right, here we go. Let's do some changes coming Aloha's way. This are changes. This is challenges associated with those changes, and this is guidance concerning those changes. So we got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So let's take a look at the energy here, and we're looking at a positive energy. So some changes I'm seeing is more domestic. We're looking at someone who is has put together a feast and is waiting for people to show up to eat. So we're talking about some domestic changes. We're expecting maybe some new company. Maybe someone from your past is possibly going to be coming into your life soon, or it could be a new person. It could go either way on that. But I'm thinking more family, more possibly an old friend, something along those lines. We're looking at someone that's possibly going to be coming back into your life in the near future. So I can't tell you a date. I would say maybe next 30 days. That's just the number I would go with. Some challenges, we're looking at the moon in reverse. So some challenges that we're looking at is there's some intuition involved in this. So we're talking about maybe there may be some static between you two. Maybe there's some unresolved issues between you two that need to be taken care of. But it's not all bad. Anytime it comes with the moon card, it's not a bad thing. So maybe it's just maybe there's some we're talking about layers and we're talking about depth of relationships. So whoever this person is, there may be some just some old stuff that you guys have to work out. So that would be the challenges I see. And some guidance. I see the Four of Chalices in reverse. I would say don't expect whoever this person is that comes into your life and whatever issues you may have in the past, I would recommend not expecting them to be apologizing first. I would suggest be humble and accept your part in the blame and be apologetic first, and we usually when there's when I've learned that whenever I had a conflict with somebody, if I was the first to say, hey, listen, this is where I went wrong, and I see that I went wrong in this situation, I apologize. Usually the person comes back and says that they take responsibility for their wrong in the actions. And not always the case. Some people are jerks. But that's what I'm seeing here is in the guidance. I would say just be careful about being comfortable in knowing that you're right. Because whether or not you're right is not the issue. We're talking about building relationships, and we're talking about healing old wounds. So that's what I see. Absolutely, Sahar. I can do a reading for you. Aloha. I hope that resonates. I'd like to know how I'm going to feel like in the month of May, August 2019, for each of the month. Yeah, Hugo. Let me do a reading for Sahar real quick, and then I'll go ahead and do one for you. So, Sahar, what do you got for me? Okay. Well, let's leave this one up to chance. Since we're all being so polite here, let's do heads is Hugo and tails Sahar. So let's find out. Looks like heads is Hugo. So Hugo, you're up first. That's how I like to resolve things. Leave it up to chance. Hugo, let's see what's going on in the month of May, August, and let's look at the end of 2019. Great goddess, guide my cards, guide my intuition, guide my insight. Help me to give Hugo a good reading. Goodness gracious. All right. It's May, August, end of the year. And let's check out the energies. And we're looking at mostly pretty good energy. So May, we're looking at family oriented. We're looking at things to do with the house. It's in reverse, so maybe there's some complications with family, but not necessarily. We're looking at just mainly family oriented. I would say mostly whatever is going on with your family is something that would be happening in May. So I'll just keep an eye out for that. August, we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So the Ace of Wands is we're talking about a fire energy, and Ace is usually the beginning of something. So when we're talking about fire energy, we're talking about dynamic change. We're talking about manifestation of the will. And so with the one in reverse, I would say maybe because we're talking about a positive energy, I would say that maybe something in August is going to be starting very new for you. Something that's going to change you maybe from the inside, possibly some manifestations of your will, of things that you have been working on now or earlier in the year, maybe are starting to come to fruition in August. And possibly even something new altogether is starting in August. That's what I'm seeing here. And at the end of the year, interesting, you have all reverse cards. Knight of Wands, end of the year looks pretty good. I would say end of the year, it looks, again, Wands, you got a lot of fire energy going on here. So the exception of Pentacles, which is Earth. So what I'm seeing is whatever is starting in August is probably going to come to fruition at the end of the year. If that's the case, and regardless of that, by the end of the year, it looks like everything's going to be organized. So you're going to have everything kind of already set. The table's going to be set. All of your candles are going to be in a row, and it looks good. I don't see anything bad happening to you this year. Hugo, you look like you got it going on, man. Good for you. All right. Well, hello, Linda. It's good to see you. I am doing readings. Let me do Sahar, and then I'll do Linda. You said Clay and I were in union. Does he know I exist now? We'll be meeting each other in person this year. Are you asking, will we be meeting each other in this year? Well, I did tell you, Sahar, to throw yourself out there and to make yourself known. So I highly recommend that you let yourself know that he exists, or let him know that you exist. So that's my let's see. Let's do another relationship spread with let's do a current situation, challenges, and guidance spread for Sahar with Clay, and see what's going on here. You know, the thing about twin flames is when twin flames meet each other, they know for a fact that that they belong to each other. There's like no doubt in their mind. So if and when you do meet Clay, if you find that he does not reciprocate that knowing, then you will know that he in fact will not be your twin flame. But if he does respond with that knowing, and twin flames, there's something magical about when they finally meet each other. It's like the world stops and everything comes together. Like the world makes sense all of a sudden. And so that's the kind of energy that happens when you meet your twin flame. And if that's the case, you need to make yourself known to him, and you need to get in contact with them, because that's very, very important. I know you've been telling me that the universe has been telling you that this is your guy. This is who you need to be with. And so you really need to make as much effort as you can to get to see him and get to know him. So let's check out your current situation with Clay. Let's see your challenges that you're going to face, and then some guidance. And I've already given you a lot of guidance on this, but let's see what the deck has to say. Great guidance, guide me in this. Current situation, challenges, and guidance. And we're looking at probably a less than positive energy on this reading, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We'll just see how it goes. So your current situation is, I'm seeing someone who, well, because we're talking about reversed, we're talking about the opposite, meaning typically this card is someone who's being very creative, someone who is fashioning their own future. What I'm seeing here in your situation is maybe you feel a little restricted. Maybe you feel like you can't affect the change that you want to make. maybe there's something hindering you from contacting them. Maybe there's just some inner fear, that maybe fear of rejection, or maybe even like you can't even get his attention. Maybe there's just something physically blocking you guys from each other. That's always a possibility. So I would definitely look for that. And we're talking about solutions. We're solution oriented here. So let's see some challenges you're going to face. We're looking at family. So we're looking at maybe some familial challenges, whether it's your family or his family. I can't really read from this card reading right here. Maybe we could do a little bit more insight. So with the Knave of Swords, we're talking about someone who is fairly inexperienced. We're possibly a female of an air energy. So, looks like, get a little bit more in. Let's pull another card here. Okay, here we go. All right. So we're talking about someone who is a little bit happy with where they're at. So, with your familial, with the familial challenges here, we're talking about someone who is, maybe not as experienced in what they're doing, or is experienced in handling situations like this, and yet they are still content with doing nothing at all. And so they just like to light their candles and watch them burn. So I would watch out for that. Just whatever kind of personality that is, whether it's in his family, whether it's in your family, I would be careful with that person, because that could pose a possible challenge for you guys. Some guidance on the situation is the King of Wands. You got to take charge, girl. You gotta stand up and light your fire and make it known. You've got to get out there. That's what I've been telling you this whole time. I knew this card would pop up. You got to make yourself known. Do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. So there you go. Different religions. That could be a possibility. We're talking. What I'm seeing is possibly a mother figure stepping in the middle of it, and yeah, so I'm a female figure. I'm looking at possibly a mother figure, maybe an aunt or a sister, whether it's on your side of the family or her side of the family. Obviously, Sahar, since you are looking at a tarot, obviously you're part of the left side of the field. He's probably more along the lines of a Christian, so you would definitely be dealing with something, some disapproval on his side of the family. That's just what I'm seeing. That's what my intuition's telling me. So I would just does that make sense, Sahar? Is that any of that resonating? I would assume that he's a Christian, probably, because Christians tend to be either Christian or Muslim, because both those religions are very, or even Jewish. They're very conservative. They're very yeah. Okay, so you're a Muslim. Okay, so I know that Christians tend to be very judgmental towards people of other religions, and so not all Christians, but some of them. Yes, Jessica, please. Jessica, I'll hit you up after Linda. So right now I'm doing Sahar, and then I'll do Linda, and then I'll do Jessica. So I got your questions up there. Jessica, go ahead and drop your question, and I'll get back to the chat and continue the readings. So you're very welcome, dear. So Sahar, just be careful about the about people's religious tendencies to discriminate. I know that Muslims can also be doing the same thing. It's the way it is, I'm very liberal in my beliefs, and because I'm a pagan, and so I tend to be a little bit biased towards people of those kinds of faiths, simply because I've been judged by them so often, and because I grew up in a Christian household, so I understand exactly what their mentality is towards stuff like this. But I would recommend that you just be patient and focus on love, and make sure that if this is what the universe wants for you to, then I recommend that you pursue it to the fullest end. Aloha, what's the question, hun? You're very welcome, Sahar. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Aloha, I did your reading already. You might want to back up the video. I did your reading, Aloha. Oh, okay. No worries. Okay, so up next we've got Linda. What's coming toward me in April? Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on with Linda. Linda. Great goddess, guide me in my intuition, guide me in my cards, guide me in my insight. Help me to give Linda a good reading. What is going on with Linda in April? Let's find out. So we're going to look at your current situation. We're going to look at actually, let's change this up. We're going to have what's coming towards you in April. We're going to look at challenges that you'll be facing in April, and then we'll look at some guidance in April. The way we have for you in guidance wise, what you need to hear. So here's what's coming to you in April. Here's some challenges in April, and here's some guidance in April. And we're looking at well, I'm going to have to reinterpret this card. Hugo and I were talking about this card earlier, the Seven of Wands. So I'm going to have to reinterpret this card to be positive, but I don't know. I'm just going to stick with my intuition and say it's negative because I prefer to follow my own intuition. So what's coming to you in April, we're looking at stress at work. We're looking at we're looking at some discord between coworkers. We're looking at some discommunication between you and people that are either under you or over you or people that are with you. We're looking at a boss that's not very happy with how you're handling things. So that's just something to keep an eye out. That's why we do readings, so we can look into the future a little bit to see what's coming our way, and we can take the change to necessitate a positive direction for our lives. And so just keep in mind that in April, you might want to be more communicative with your coworkers. You may not always, you may not always live up to people's expectations. Haters are going to hate, but you can only do the best you can do and just hold strong. So here are some challenges you're going to face. It looks like you're going to be basically put on the sideline where you're going to have to direct traffic. This could be a reason why there's going to be a lot of strife. So you're going to end up having to direct certain people to do things. Maybe they don't necessarily want to do them. Maybe they're going to mess it up and you're going to have to be blamed for it. And so that's what I'm seeing in April. And then some guidance, communication. You need to communicate with your higher ups. I'm seeing a female superior. Maybe they're the ones that can kind of help you get through the situation, or even possibly just get a new job. That's another possibility that this card could be reading. If things don't work out that direction, I would say maybe that would be an option. Maybe you should consider a different job or a different career, but don't make any sudden decisions on just because I say so. Follow your intuition, do what you know is right, and communicate. That's so important. Again, there may be a female presence in your workplace that you can talk to that can help sort things out. I would recommend building a relationship person and talking to them to help you navigate this situation. So that's what I'm seeing, Linda. Okay, excellent. I'm glad that resonated, Linda. Very cool. Awesome. I'm so glad to help you guys. It makes me feel good when I do readings that actually resonate and people actually can make sense of what I'm saying, because sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. I'm just reading stuff for other people's business. And I have no idea what's going on with you guys. I'm just reading whatever the cards say. So that's awesome. Fantastic. That feels good. Okay. And I think Jessica had a question. I wanted to know, what is Augustine intending to do with me? Like, what does he want with me? I'm Pisces and he's a Gemini. Jessica, I seem to have remembered that I did a reading for you and Augustine before. I don't recall exactly how that reading went. Like with anything, tarot is organization of chaos. So we take chaos and we put it and we stop it for a second and we say, hey, what's going on here? And we look for patterns in that. And it helps us to intuit what's going on around us and what's going on in the universe. So with that in mind, things can change. And anytime that we look to change that we look into the future, we have the potential to change the future. So anytime that you get a tarot reading done one time and then do a tarot reading on the same question the next time, it may not necessarily always be the same because something's different. Something has changed. It's funny how time works. It's funny how we navigate this crazy universe of ours. So, Jessica, I'm going to know, let's see, you want to know, what is Augustine intending to do with you? Like, what does he want with you? What is Augustine's intentions with you? What is really going on with Augustine? Does he want to help you? Does he want to hurt you? Does he want to use you? Does he want to be with you? Does he want a lifelong relationship with you? Let's find out. Let's do a single card pull. Let's do a single card pull and see how this feels. Goddess, guide my intuition, guide my insight. I'm looking at a positive energy here so far with this deck. I see a partnership. I see someone who really wants to actually do. Okay, so What this card's showing is it's a Queen of Swords, and we're talking about someone who is in power, a female that is in power, and we're talking about someone who typically is like an employer type person. And so what you're seeing here is someone who's being interviewed for a job. And so what I'm seeing here is possibly he's maybe checking you out to see if you're worth his time from his perspective. That's what he's thinking. He's maybe checking to see if you're fitting the bill for what he's looking for in a partner. So that's a possibility. That's what this card's telling me. I don't know if that resonates or not. I hope it does. But let's pull another card for what you should be doing. Let's look for an advice card on this situation. Let's set that card aside here. Goddess, give me some advice for Jessica. Let's see some advice. Let's get a guidance card for her. Well, honestly, burn your candles. Sit back, light your candles, and let what happens happens. Okay? You know what you're about. You know what you're doing. Let him find out for himself whether or not you're good enough for him, whatever that's supposed to mean anyway, because you know you're good enough. You are good enough. You're good enough for anybody, hun. Don't ever let a man dictate how whether or not you're worthy of anything. That's bullshit. So, honey, let him figure out for himself that you are the bomb. Let him find out for himself that you are worth it, and good things are going to happen. Well, here's the thing about guys, and I can talk because I am a guy. Guys nowadays, no, you really can't. You can't trust all of them. But I mean, in the same way, guys can't trust all women. It's just it's the battle of the sexes. It's been raging on since Eden. So it just what's really happening nowadays is a lack of communication, and that's what's really going on. And it's guys are not effectively communicating what it is that they want, what it is that they expect, because they do expect things. They do expect to be treated a certain way, just like anybody else does. But women are also you're starting to figure it out. You need to communicate your boundaries, and that's something that guys don't always know how to do. They don't always know how to figure out boundaries. They don't know what's going on. They think that they know what you want, but they don't really know. And so it's up to you to explain to them. You have to talk to them like idiots sometimes, because we can be hard-headed knuckleheads that don't know what we're doing. We're just a couple of monkeys just trying to get our jollies off. That's just guys. That's how we are. But I'm just speaking very generally because I'm a good guy. I know I'm a good guy. I am quite a catch, just because I know what it's like on both sides of the situation. But most guys generally, yeah, they're kind of jerks. They only want one thing, and you can't trust them. But that's sad. But you have to in order to find diamonds, you have to dig through a bunch of shit. It's just how it is. But yeah, you're right. It goes for anyone, honestly. Absolutely. So just the way the world is, But I have faith in humanity. I try to look for the good in all people, And I used to be one of those knuckleheaded guys. I treated women pretty crappy in the past, and I'm not very happy about. I'm not very proud of it. But see, I've learned from my errors. I've learned where I went wrong, and I've opened myself up to the feminine aspect of things. That's why my God is a goddess. That's why my God is a female, because I understand that women have a lot more to offer than men do in this world. Women are so much more intuitive than men. They're so much more emotionally connected than men are with themselves and with those around them. And I just appreciate that so much. I really wish the world was more effeminate and less masculine. This masculinity is just really hard on people. Masculinity really hurts people. Women really need to take control of the world. Seriously. Us guys are fucking it up. Absolutely, Lauren. You can have a reading. What would you like to know? Would you like a general reading, or do you have a specific question in mind? Okay. Let's check out what's going on with Lauren. Let's check out your strengths, your weaknesses, and some advice. So what's going on with Lauren? Great Goddess, guide me in this intuition. Guide me in this reading. Guide me with these cards. Help me to find out what's going on with Lauren. What are her strengths? What are her weaknesses? What are some advice that you can give her way? Strengths, weaknesses, and advice. And we're looking at a very positive energy in this reading. So, strengths. Well, strengths. You look like someone who likes to help people. You look like someone who likes to guide people. You see trouble ahead of time, and you know how to divert it. You look like someone who has a very gentle touch, is able to lead people down a better path than maybe they were going down before. As you can see, this picture is a picture of a lady who's helping is seeing another girl put her hand into the fire, and she's trying to help her not do that. And so that's what I'm seeing you as the lady telling her don't do that. And so that's what I'm seeing as your strength. You have a very caretaking personality, a very nurturing personality. Weaknesses. I'm seeing someone who's a little bit bossy, someone who likes to take control and tell people what to do. Maybe someone who's a little rough when it comes to directions. So maybe your intentions are good, but maybe your delivery isn't always the best. So maybe people misinterpret your good intentions for you just wanting to be in charge and being in control of things. So that's a possibility. So, and for your advice, well, the world's yours. You got the world card, which is an awesome card to pull in the last card of the spread. So, I would say, just keep your options open, because the world is your oyster. You have nothing but opportunity around you. Just, keep in mind what I told you. Though your intentions are good, kind of keep an eye on how you come across sometimes. Maybe watch how you watch the tone in your voice, or just maybe not be so maybe I want to say judgmental, but maybe kind of listen to the words that you're saying and how that could sound to other people, just taken out of context, because that's what I've had to learn how to do. And I still mess up sometimes. I still say things that sound really horrible, and I'm like, I didn't really mean it that way. But advice, just get yourself out there, girl. Explore the world. The world's your oyster, and you have nothing but good stuff coming your way. I feel it. That's good for you, Lauren. Okay, Aloha. Absolutely. Aloha. Like I said, this is tarot. So it's for entertainment purposes only. Whether or not it happens, it is what it is. I mean, I've found that for my readings, most of what I've found in my readings has happened. But it's not the case for everybody. We're all different. We all have different lives. We all have different energies. But I hope that it resonates. I hope that whatever happens for a good cause. So anyway. You're very welcome, Lauren. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys want to help support me, I have some links in the description below where you can help donate to the 33 cause. You can help if you want a personal reading. You can go ahead and email me your question and send me the money, and then I'll go ahead and send you a private reading through your email. They're $10, super cheap. I put all of my money back into this webcast, so I'm not making any I'm not buying fancy gold rings or anything. I'm going to be buying more decks is really what I need money for, is to get more decks, more altar decorations, more crystals, so I can do more healing and spread love and light to everybody in the world, because that's my job. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to spread love and light to all corners of the universe, change the world one person at a time. Right. So we got some people in the room. Hello, people. Make yourself known in chat. If you guys want a reading, let me know. Well, hello, Misty. Or Mistive Oracle. Hello, Mistive Oracle. Good to see you again. Would you like a reading, Oracle? Sure, absolutely. Let's do a general reading for Mistive Oracle. Great Goddess, guide me in my intuition, guide me in my insight, help me to find out what's going on with Mistive Oracle. Let's check out strength, weaknesses, and advice. So we got strength, weaknesses, and advice. And we got a mostly positive energy going for this reading. So let's check out your strengths. And we're looking at someone who is able to handle themselves in difficult situations. Someone who's able to navigate the pitfalls of maybe downtimes when it comes to finances, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships, or just general relationships in the family. Someone who's able to maintain themselves and draw the energy from the universe to navigate those difficult situations. That's what I'm seeing is your strength. Let's see what your weaknesses are. And we got the Devil card in reverse. So we're talking about someone who's a little bit too into the ice cream, if you know what I mean. Maybe it could have something to do with alcohol or drugs. Maybe it could have something to do with sex. Maybe it could have something to do with food. Whatever it is that's binding you, whatever kind of vice is holding you back, I would definitely recommend looking at that for a possible hindrance to what you're trying to accomplish in life. Whatever it may be, it could be smoking. I mean, it could be anything. There's so many vices in this world to hold us back. So whatever is your vice that is holding you back, that's definitely your weakness right now. And some guidance. I'm pulling the High Priestess in reverse. what I'm seeing is get in touch with your divine feminine, get in touch with your inner goddess. Look to the goddess, and whatever your religion is. I see God, the God of the Bible. I actually see him as a her. I see him as a woman, and it's the same God. It's the creator of the universe. There's only one creator of the universe. I just see him as a goddess, a woman, a female, specifically a black female, like a sub-Saharan African. But every woman is a representative of the goddess, and every man is a representative of the God. And so I encourage you to get in touch with your inner divine femininity and look to your intuition, develop that insight that every woman is built with. And you know what you need to do. You know exactly what you need to do everything right. You're in touch with the universe. You have the ability to navigate these situations. Just get over whatever is holding you back. Whatever this vice is, get over it. Get rid of it. So that's my advice, Mr. Oracle. That's what I have for you. Well, hello, Joanna. It's good to see you again. Reading on how my love interest feels for me. Absolutely, Joanna. Let's see what's going on with Joanna and her love interest. I'm going to call her love interest L for love interest. So let's see what's going on with Joanna and L. Let's do a relationship. We're going to do U and L. We're going to do a card for Joanna, a card for L, and we're going to see the relationship, what the relationship is like. So how your love interest feels for you. That's what that third card is going to be, is how L feels for Joanna. So let's take a look here. Great Goddess, guide, intuition, guide, my insight, guide these cards. Help me to have a good reading. Let's have some good news for Joanna. Okay, so here's Joanna, here's L, and here is how L feels about Joanna. And Joanna, well, we got the Five of Chalices. Let's check out the energy. And we're looking at a little negative energy. So we're looking at someone, well, Joanna, it looks like, well, we got someone who's crying, someone who's not having a good time. And so what I'm seeing is maybe you're kind of going through some difficulties right now. Maybe you're feeling depressed right now. Maybe things just aren't going your way. And that's the ups and downs of life. That's just how it goes sometimes. And because it's reversed, I see it's a little bit more increased. Maybe it's something that you're having a difficult time with, and maybe it's related to this relationship. I'm not really sure. Let's see what's going on with L. L, we've got the Fool in reverse. So we're talking about someone who maybe is completely clueless as to what's going on with you. Maybe someone has someone that's not exactly very in tune with what's going on with Joanna. Possibly someone that's just kind of living in their own universe and is not really paying attention to the signs and to the whatever kind of signs that you're putting out there, kind of signals you're putting out there. I see that maybe they're not picking up on that. So as for how L feels about you, we've got the Hermit in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is the Hermit usually is someone who is very wise and someone who likes to be by themselves, but we see this in reverse. And so what I'm seeing is someone that maybe they like to be around you, but maybe they like to be around you for their own. They like to be around you, but they like to be kind of alone around you, if that makes any sense. Like they don't want to connect. They don't necessarily want to deal with your whatever's going on with you. They just kind of want to enjoy the good things and not have to deal with the bad things. That's the energy that I'm reading from this. So I don't know if that resonates or not, but I hope the best for you guys. I really, I encourage couples to communicate with each other, talk to each other, let each other know what's going on with you. You have to let the other person know what's going on, because if they don't know, they can't do anything to change it. So that's my reading. You're very welcome, Joanna. I hope the best for you too. Well, hello, Marie. How are you? Is that Marie or Maria? I can't tell. I got the screen turned down. Let me kind of angle myself down a little bit here. And it looks like Marie. Hello, Marie. Does Pablo share the same feelings as me? Oh, I'm doing very well. Thank you. I'm having a good night. So let's see. Pablo and Marie. Let's say Pablo and Marie. What's going on with Pablo and Marie? Pablo and Marie share. Does Pablo share the same feelings as you? Well, let's find out. What's going on with Pablo? So we're going to do a relationship spread, just like we did with Joanna. And one card's going to represent Marie, and the other card's going to represent Pablo, and just where you guys are at in general. And then we're going to see the third card's going to be the relationship dynamic, how Pablo sees you, how he feels about you, what's going on with Pablo in that relationship. So great goddess, guide my intuition, guide my insight, guide these cards, help me to give Marie a good reading, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's Marie, there's Pablo, and there's the relationship. And I'm seeing a very positive energy so far. So Marie, looks like things are really, looks like you don't have a hard time finding things that you're looking for. It looks like wherever you go, you just kind of pick it up. As you see in this Ace of Pentacles, we're talking about someone who's finding a rock and just picking it up and doesn't have to look very far to find it. They know exactly where it's at. It's very earth energy, so you may be an earth sign. Also, ace and any kind of ace is a beginning of something. So we're looking at someone who's possibly beginning something fortuitous, something prosperous, I should say. Yeah, so that's where you're at. You got the energy of the earth working for you. Pablo, oh boy, Pablo, we've got the devil card right here, buddy. Pablo may be into some stuff. So Pablo might not necessarily be into very healthy habits. He may be into drugs or alcohol. He may be involved in some kind of illicit activity. He could be he just could be he could be in bondage to something, whether it's an addiction or if it's just a bad situation. I'm looking at not necessarily the greatest situation for Pablo. I'm not saying that Pablo is a bad guy. I'm just saying that Pablo has some bad energy surrounding him right now, and he's involved in something. You know, whatever it is that he's involved in, it's not a positive thing. But let's look at how the relationship is with you guys, and we're looking at the Five of Swords in reversed. And because we're talking about a positive energy here, well, but we got that negative card here, which kind of changes things a little bit. So what I'm seeing is Pablo looks at you as a trophy. He looks at you as maybe arm candy. Maybe he looks at you as possibly someone that he can show off to his buddies. Maybe not necessarily. He's not necessarily in it for the relationship. Or that he's in it for long-term stuff. I think maybe he's just trying to just have his little fling and let all the boys on the block know that he can pull whatever he wants. That's just the energy that I'm reading from the spread. Whether or not that resonates, I don't know. I really hope that's not the case. I hate doing bad spreads. I really do. But regardless, I wish the best for you, Tim. So that's your reading. Oh, an outcome card. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, absolutely. Hello. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's pull an outcome card. Let's do an outcome card. So we got a Queen of Swords. This is a lady who's generally in power, typically a professional. So I'm seeing right here, because we've done this tarot reading, I'm seeing I'm seeing you're in charge of this situation. You have the potential to be in charge of this situation and to let him know that you're boss and not him. And that you can dictate how this relationship is going to go, and that you're not going to take any BS, because you don't deserve BS, especially from a man. Men, I'm a man. We men have gotten away with so much for so long. It is time for the women to stand up and take what's rightfully theirs. It is not right for you to have to play a role in a man's life. So take charge. Let him know where you're at. Let him know that you're not going to play any games, that you are in it to win it. And if he doesn't like it, he can take a hike. That's just my opinion. That's the outcome I see it. I see you taking charge of this situation, and good for you, girl. Divine Love and Light Warrior Woke Tribe. I love your screen name. Absolutely, you can. Hey, baby Jane. Absolutely, Jane. We'll put you on right after Woke Tribe. You're very welcome. So, Divine Love and Light Warrior Woke Tribe, do you have a specific question, or would you just like a general reading? Waiting on Woke Tribe. All right. Love reading. Ryan, how does he feel about you? Let's find out. Let's go with Woke Tribe and Ryan. What's going on with Woke Tribe and Ryan? Great goddess, guide my cards, guide my intuition, guide my insight. Help me to have a good reading, please. Woke Tribe and Ryan. All right, there we go. Here's Woke Tribe. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be how Ryan feels about Woke Tribe. And we're looking at a positive energy so far. So let's see. 6 of Wands. Woke Tribe, we see you as someone as climbing to the mountain, climbing to the peak of the mountain. You are striving for your ideals. You are striving for the best efforts that you can. You've got the fire. You may be a fire energy. If not, you've got the fire inside you that is guiding you, and you are going to. You're striving. You're working at it. A lot of hurdles to overcome, but you're doing it. Ryan, I'm seeing the Magician. I see someone very powerful. I see someone who is very creative and can manifest his will very easily. Someone who's very connected with the energy that's around him. We're looking at a very influential person. Like I said, very creative. So let's see how Ryan feels about Woke Tribe. Well, again, wow. 8 of Wands, amazing. I love how this all comes together. So the 8 of Wands you see is a lady who is manifesting her desire, and because we pulled the Magician card for Ryan, we're talking about Ryan is oh goodness, I dropped one of my crystals. Ryan is definitely going to be manifesting his desire with you. That's for sure. I see very, very intense, fiery, passionate energy coming your way from him. I see nothing but good stuff. Good stuff. Good, very sensual, possibly very sexual energy coming towards your way. So yeah, good for you. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's very cool. Oh, good. Awesome. Fantastic. Still standing. Good to see you again. Let's see. Baby Jane, you're up. What would you like to know, Baby Jane? You're very welcome, Wolf Tribe. About Damien. Okay, you want to do a love spread? How does he feel for you? Okay. That seems to be a very common question nowadays. Not surprising. Because we're all looking for love. I'm looking for love. She's out there somewhere. I'm going to find her. Ladies, I'm going to find my girl. She's out there somewhere waiting for me. She is out there. Just got to find her. Got to put that energy out there. Got to get some rose quartz around me. All right, here we go. Great goddess, God, my intuition, God, my insight. Here is Baby Jane. Here's Damien. And here's how Damien feels about Baby Jane. Let's see what's going on here. So Baby Jane, I'm seeing strength in reverse. Let's see how the energy looks. We're looking at a good energy. So we're looking at a very strong person, Baby Jane. We're looking at someone who is very motivated, someone who is very strong, someone who is able to hold their own. We're looking at someone who can run that mile, that extra mile even further. So we're looking at someone who's very firm in their beliefs, firm in their foundations. Right on. Good for you. Good. You go, girl. Damien, we're looking at the Ace of Chalices. We're looking at the beginning of something emotional. So typically, the Ace of Chalices involves a lot of tears, but we're looking at an emotional person and someone who is maybe not necessarily experienced with how to handle emotions, which is not surprising about men because men generally don't know how to deal with emotions in general. But in this case, we're looking at someone who's a little wet behind the ears when it comes to emotions and dealing with them. So I would watch out for that. As for Damien and how he feels about you, honey, he looks at you like a big bowl of ice cream just waiting to get ate up. That's what I'm seeing here. That's the devil card right there. He's like he is looking at you like a fat boy looks at cake. So that's what I'm seeing here. So that's what I'm seeing. Good for you. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Oh, I'm glad I can make you guys laugh. That's awesome. You're very welcome, Baby Jane. Let's see. Still standing. I see you're in the house. Would you like a reading still standing? Oh, Love and Light, absolutely. Let's make you a mod. Love and Light, you're a mod now. Yeah, still standing. You're up. What would you like to know? Would you like a general reading or would you like a specific question? Okay. Okay, I see. How's this current guy been thinking about you? Well, let's find out. Let's see what's going on with this current guy. We're going to call him C for current guy. You are an Aries. Okay, that's easy to remember. My mother's an Aries. Okay, let's see what's going on with current guy. Let's see what's going on with current guy. Let's see what we should do here. Let's do a little relationship spread. So let's do, here's still standing, here's current guy, and then here is how current guy sees you. What is he thinking about you? Thank you, Divine Love and Light Warrior of Woke Tribe. That's awesome. Fantastic. I appreciate you so much. Ashley. Okay. I'm horrible with names. So just thank you for letting me know. I never forget a screen name though. So Ashley, let's see what Ashley is, current guy, and then let's see, is he thinking about you? So Ashley, I'm seeing the Empress. I'm seeing a very loving person. I'm seeing someone who's very nurturing, someone who takes care of the young and takes care of the helpless. I see someone with a very big heart. Definitely someone who is very, very, very well. You're kind of important in a lot of people's lives. That's what I'm seeing. So, wow, the High Priestess. Wow, you were pulling major arcanas all over the place. So we see this new guy is in touch with his inner feminine. That's a possibility. I'm seeing with him as possibly a blessing from the goddess for you. Maybe, potentially. Someone who is in touch with the goddess, whether or not that's in a spiritual sense or if that's just in a general sense. It could be anything at this point. Let's see if he's thinking about you. Honey, not only is he thinking about you, he's thinking about you in the worst way. This is the devil card right there. So, wow, you pulled all three major arcana cards. You are insanely energetic. Wow, you got a lot. Ooh, boy. Yeah, good stuff. Still standing, good stuff. Wow. Yeah, he's thinking about you. Probably thinking about you and maybe touching himself a little bit, thinking about you. That's not always a bad thing. Not always a bad thing. You're very welcome, still standing. I try. Well, hello, Maria. Hugo, you're up. Would like to know in which aspect of my life the cards Judgment and Wheel of Fortune always seen are going to affect my life. Love, finances, health, positive changes, negative changes. Well, let's find out. Well, it's good to see you, Maria. I'm so happy to see you here. It's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Let's kind of, let's see. Okay, well, let's do something different here. Let's go ahead and pull out the Judgment card. And let's see what's going on here. Judgment and Wheel of Fortune. So in this deck, it's just the wheel, which is the wheel of changes, the wheel of the year. So let's find these cards. Finding cards in the deck. Finding cards in the deck. Looking for the cards in the deck. Looking for the cards in the deck. They're in here somewhere. Oh, they're in here somewhere. Yeah. We're gonna find these cards. We're gonna find. Oh, here's the wheel. And here's more Judgment. Come on, Judgment. Let's get that Judgment. I think it's gonna be the last card. What the? Where's Judgment at? I must have passed it. Hold on, everybody. We got to do something different. We're doing something different. We're going to pull decks out and we're going We're going to pull cards out, and then we're going to do different readings on these cards. So just got to find the Judgment card here. I know exactly what it looks like. Where are we at? Where are you? Little feller, just hiding from me. Hiding. This card may not want to be found. That's all there is to it. Oh, here it is. All right. So we got the Wheel of Fortune and we got the Judgment card. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a single card draw to find out the energy surrounding this card for Hugo. We're going to ask the goddess to help me, guide me in this card reading, help my intuition, guide these cards, guide my insight. Help me to find out what's going on with these cards in Hugo's life. Why do these cards keep popping up? And what do they mean? Help me to find out what they mean, goddess. All right, here we go. And we're looking at a positive energy. So, Hugo, when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, we're looking at the Two of Pentacles. So we're looking at the number 2 numerologically speaking has to do with pairs. It has to do with relationships because it's Pentacles. It's an earth energy. We're talking about domestic. So I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune having to do with your domestic partnerships, whatever's going on in home, whether it's a roommate, whether it's a family member, whether it's a spouse or a brother or a sister, whatever's going on with the wheel that you keep seeing, it has to do with that. So, and I don't know if that resonates, if that makes any sense to you. As for the Judgment card, we know that the Judgment card usually means divine inspiration. It means divine intuition. It also means divine judgment, and because it's it's the number 20 of the major arcana, so we're looking at another 2, which is a relationship. In this case, accentuated by the 0. So we're talking about a divine relationship, and we pulled the Hangman in reverse. And because we're looking at a positive energy, it's going to be a double meaning of this card. The Hangman is someone who is very wise, someone who has sacrificed himself for the greater good. So in your situation, 12, which is the number of the Hangman in the major arcana, adds up to 3. We're talking about a very divine situation. So whatever has to do with the Judgment card, we're talking about a higher wisdom. We're talking about self-sacrifice. We're talking about you making yourself a servant of good, a servant of others, in glory of the higher power that is your higher power, whoever it is, whether it's God, whether it's goddess, whether it's both, whether it's whatever. So that's what I'm seeing in this reading. That's what I'm seeing what those cards are meaning for you. So we're talking about spirituality and domestic life. That's what those cards are referring to. I hope that resonates. I hope that makes some sense. Okay, Hippie Witch Tarot, welcome. All right, and we got a few people in the house. Wow, we got eight viewers. Wow, the chat is blowing up. Okay, mods, I need your help. Who's next? Hello, welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you guys like my readings, there's some links in the description below. If you want a personal reading, I do private readings for $10. Email me the question, go ahead and send me the money, and then I'll send you back the video in your email. And if you like to donate to help support the 33 cause, there's a link for that as well. But otherwise you could just tune in weeknights, late night on the Pacific Coast, and I do free readings all night. Well, at least for a little while. I'm going on an hour and 45 minutes here. I'll probably do probably about 20 or 30 more minutes before I call it a night, because I like to go to other tarot streams and find out what's going on with myself. So who is next? Can I get some help from the mods to find out who's on the list? Thank you, Candy. Hello, Roxy. Hello, Maria. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Supriya. Hello, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Hugo, can you find out who's next on the list? Can we put together a list, please? Okay, no worries, Hippie Witch. Okay. Well, let me well, thank you, Roxy. Kisses right back at you. Let's see who's here. Let's see, still staying. Looks like Roxy. Maria was here. I think I did one for Maria, did I not? Did I do a reading for you, Maria? Okay, Roxy. Oh, Roxy, you're leaving already? Okay, Roxy. Well, if you're still around, you can you can have a reading if you'd like. Okay, what would you like? Would you like to do a if would you like a general reading, or would you like, do you have a specific question? Okay. Roxy, would you like to be a mod? Okay. No problem. Welcome to the mod world. Okay, let's do a general reading for hold on, my phone just dinged. Let me see what's going on with my phone. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, Roxy, let's do a reading for you. Roxy. Boxy. Let's do a reading for Roxy. What's going on with Roxy? Great guidance, guide my intuition, guide my insight, guide these cards. Let's see what's going on with Roxy. Let's do strengths, weaknesses, and advice for Roxy Boxy. See what's going on with Roxy tonight. So here's strengths, weaknesses, and general advice. And we look like we got a positive energy on the bottom of the deck. So your strengths is we got a Ace of Swords. So we have swords are generally an air energy. We're talking about communication. We're talking about ideas. We're talking about motivation. We're talking, well, not motivation. We're talking about innovation. So one is the beginning. So we're talking about someone who is able to communicate effectively, someone who is maybe learning how to bring some ideas to the table. I'm seeing, because swords in magic are used to direct will, so I'm seeing you're able to direct your will wherever you need it. You're able to focus your energy effectively. So that's what I'm seeing as a strength. Weaknesses, I'm seeing the magician. So because this is kind of in a negative spot, usually this is a pretty good card, but because it's in a negative spot, what I'm seeing is possibly maybe your will's being hampered by something. Maybe your magic isn't as effective as it should be. Maybe there's something lacking in your potency, something that's holding you back, something energetically that's holding you back. Even though you have the potential to accomplish great things, there's something holding you back. And so for the advice for this situation, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And so what we're seeing is a lady that is just unsure of what's going on. We got all these gnomes that are just messing with all her jars of jelly, and she's like, what's going on? Why is this craziness happening in front of me? And so we're talking about looking out for people who are going to be bringing chaos into your life, looking at people who are going to be meddling in your affairs that maybe they don't belong there. Excuse me. And so that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at good energy. We're looking at good positive potential coming from you, but we're seeing a little bit of negative energy surrounding your area. It's coming towards you. So that's what I'm seeing in the cards. So I hope that resonates. I hope the best for you. I really do. Okay, let's see who's next. Who's next? Awesome. We are just got all sorts of people in here. This is great. You guys are awesome. So let's see where the list is. I don't see where the list is. Okay, it looks like Roxy and Jasmine. Jasmine, you're up next. Well, thank you, Denise. I try to bring positive energy wherever I go. I like to be a positive influence, and I really wish that all of the card readings were good, but as well as I do, it's just not the way things always go. So I try to break it as softly and easily as I can, but I try to follow up a bad reading with good advice to help you kind of navigate the bad situations. And like I said, I really hope the best for all of you. So Jasmine, if you want to go ahead and post your question, or if you just want to do a general reading, you're very welcome, Roxy. And mods, if you can just help me keep track of who's next in the line, and we'll try to keep this thing going smoothly. So all right. Question, please. Question. No, Jasmine, you asked the question. Oh. Jasmine, how does he feel about you? Let's find out how he feels about you. So Jasmine, we're going to have you as Jasmine. We're going to have he as an H. So H means whoever he is. And we're going to do a relationship spread of a 3-card relationship spread. So we're going to have Jasmine on one side. We're going to have H on the other. And then we're going to have a card in the middle that represents how H feels about Jasmine. So let's see how this goes. Great Goddess, guide my intuition, guide my insight, guide these cards. Help me to find out how H feels about Jasmine. So here we go. We've got Jasmine, we've got H, and we've got how H feels about Jasmine. And we've got the Sun card on the bottom, so that's a positive energy. That's so far so good. Jasmine, well, we look at someone, excuse me. Jasmine, we're seeing somebody who's maybe a little bit, dare I say, controlling, maybe a little bossy. Maybe someone who maybe means well, but is trying to accomplish things and get things accomplished, but they're not getting across very well. And so that's what I'm seeing as is coming up as your card. So whether or not that resonates, I really hate to call someone a bossy, jerk or anything, but that's not what I'm calling you at all. But I am seeing that maybe you're not coming across very well to certain people. H, excuse me. Let me get some water real quick. My throat is just something else. Oh, goodness, that's much better. Drink more water. Water is the nectar of the gods. Okay, so H, we're looking at someone who is very happy with what's going on in their life. We're looking at someone who is able to stop and smell the roses. Someone who's possibly very happy with their work and is all caught up with whatever they have to do. Let's see what how they feel about you. Honestly, they feel like they've already got you in the bag. They maybe it kind of takes you a little for granted just because everything's so good and smooth with you guys. He's just kind of living in his own little sleep world, and he's not seeing what's really going on with you, just because he's so happy with what's going on. There's that. I want to pull another card just to kind of clarify this card a little bit. So, okay, so I got a 6 of Wands in reverse, and so what I'm seeing is what maybe there's it seems like you're trying to reach for some kind of higher meaning of this relationship, and it's just out of reach. And what I'm seeing is that maybe what you're striving for may be a little bit unrealistic, because what you're looking for is already there. You just have to get over your own personal insecurities and see what's really there. So that's just what I'm seeing in the cards. However that resonates, whatever that means. I wish the best for you too. I really do. Okay, who's next? Who's next? You're very welcome. All right. How do you say that? Supriya CV. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Supriya. Okay. Maria, whoever. I'm up for whoever. Let's see, Maria. I'd like to know about my career, please. Absolutely. Let's find out what's going on with her career. Let's do a current situation with your career. Let's do some challenges, and let's do some guidance. And let's do a 30-day outcome card for your career, Maria. So great guidance, guide my intuition, guide my insight. Help me interpret these cards. Help me to spread love and light everywhere I go. And help me to do good in this world. Help me to bring some advice that will change these people's lives for the better, Goddess. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. We've got Maria's current situation with her career. We got some challenges that she's facing, maybe a little bit of guidance with her career, and then we're going to look at a 30-day outcome, what's going on with her career. And we're looking at a King of Swords energy. So we're looking at a very positive energy, very masculine energy. So let's take a look here. Current situation. We're looking at someone, Knight of Wands. So we're looking at someone who is maybe a little disorganized. Excuse me. not necessarily disorganized, but maybe someone who hasn't quite gotten everything exactly where it needs to be, or at least there's some dissatisfaction with what's going on in your career. Like things could be better, things could be more functioning more effectively, in your opinion. That's kind of what I'm seeing from this. There's a lot of fire energy here. So, and then the Knights, which is a lot of action. So, a lot of movements, a lot of energy, a lot of friction going on. So maybe some friction with coworkers, involving with what needs to be accomplished, how things need to be going. Let's see what challenges you're facing. And we've got the 10 of Wands. So in this picture, we see a lady who's trying to open the door by darkness using her cell phone to light the way. So we're looking at someone who's having a hard time getting the key in the hole. So in this situation, we're talking about hitting the mark, hitting the target, whatever the target is, whether it's a financial target, whether it's a quota, whether it's moving enough merchandise, or getting things organized to look a specific way, whatever the goal of your career is. It looks like you're having a little bit difficulty navigating to that goal. So it's going to be some difficult terrain ahead, whether it possibly some difficult terrain that's going on right now. I don't know what's going on with my throat. I got a little scratchy in my throat. It's killing me. And we got some guidance, and we got the Queen of Chalices in reverse. So what we're seeing here is someone, I don't know if you have a significant other or not, or if you have a best friend or a confidant, but what I'm seeing is that you can really open up a little bit more with a trusted friend or a trusted coworker or a trusted boss. Again, I'm seeing a masculine energy here. So whether it's a man, or whether it's your husband or boyfriend or significant other, brother, coworker, whoever it is, whoever this man is that you depend on, that you can open up to, I see that you can open up a little bit more about what's going on and what the difficulties are that you're facing in your career. I think that would help you tremendously. And then as for your outcome in the next 30 days, I got the Empress. I see nothing but good things for you. We're talking about the goddess coming down and patching up old wounds. So just hang in there, and like I said, open up to your confidant, and communicate your needs. And it really, when you reach out to other people, you're going to get way more help than if you try to do it on your own. So don't try to do anything on your own in your career. Try to get some help, try to get some advice, and do the best you can. So that's what I've got for you. All right, Candy, you're up. Candy, Candy. Candy, Candy. Do you have a question? Do you want a general reading? What's going on, Candy? Oh, Sopraya, I thought I just did yours. Oh, okay, hold on. No, I did Maria. Okay, no, Sopraya, you are next. Sopraya, you are next. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Woo. Sorry, everybody. just I'm having to look through chat and figure it out for myself, guys. Okay, Maria, I just did yours. Let's do Sopraya, and then Candy after that, and then so on and so forth. Sorry, everybody, I get a little confused. I'm a Gemini, so I'm an airhead. So I get a little scattered sometimes. So Sopraya, what are we doing? What is the universe trying to tell you? Well, let's find out. Let's do. Well, let's find out. Let's check out a current situation, challenges, and guidance. And we're going to do just a general. What is the universe trying to tell Sopraya? Oh. Um, Hold on. Uh, uh, Sopraya, was your question? What is the universe trying to tell you? Is that your question? Because if it's not, you need to repost it. I can't just go back through chat. There's so much going on in chat right now. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We're on the right track. Okay. So, Sopraya, what's going on with Sopraya? We got current situation, some challenges that you might be facing, and some guidance. Great goddess, guide me in this intuition. Guide me with these cards. Guide me with my insight. Help me to find out what's going on with Sopraya. What is the universe trying to tell Sopraya right now? So we got a current situation. We've got challenges. And we got some guidance, and we are looking at a very positive energy. So, current situation with Sopraya, we got the Tower. So we're looking at maybe we're looking at something that's going on that's not necessarily going your way. We're looking at maybe some kind of cataclysmic event, something that's dramatic that's happening in your life right now. Whatever that may be, if it's relationship, if it's career, if it's just general personal bullcrap that's going on. We're looking at something bad happening. And the Tower isn't always a bad thing. It just means that something bad is happening to lead to a better thing. It's like how a wildfire burns out the forest to make room for new growth. And so that's what the Tower represents. We're talking about something that the breaking down of the old in way to build up the new. And so that's the situation. Some challenges that we're facing. We're looking at someone who's looking for answers. We're looking at someone who's looking in all the wrong places for the right answer, and you're going to be looking very hard for these for some direction and for some kind of idea on how to navigate this situation. And it's going to be very difficult to find that because not all the answers can be found in a book. Sometimes we have to look into ourselves for the answers, and we need to look to our higher power. So guidance that the universe is trying to tell you is we got the Queen of Swords in reverse because we're talking about a positive energy. I'm recommending that you look to somebody, a higher female, whether it's your mother, your grandmother, maybe an aunt, just a trusted advisor of a feminine energy. Someone that you can trust, and look to them for some kind of advice. Look to them for some kind of inspiration. Don't expect them to have all the answers. But take their advice and look to them for guidance on how to navigate the situation and find the answer within yourself. And that's what I'm seeing that the universe is trying to tell you. So that's what I have for you. I hope that resonates. Okay, I believe Candy is next. Candy. And then after Champagne, let's go ahead and you're very welcome, Sopraya. After Champagne, let's go ahead and call it a night. I've been doing this for 2 hours. I'm kind of getting a little tired. So if we can go ahead and start wrapping it up after that, unless Gabby wants to get on the list. I don't see Gabby on the list. If she wants to, oh wait, there she is. She's on there. Okay, excellent. So after Champagne, let's go ahead and call it a night. Okay, guys. So Candy, you're up. What's your question, hon? And again, guys, if you want to help support my channel, there's some links in the description below. You can donate. If you want a private reading, I only charge $10. Most tarot readers cost like $50 or some absorbent amount of money for some reason. I just do $10 because it's a very round, easy number. And I send you the videos straight to your email. They are not posted online, so nobody sees them except you. And you can email me at Christopher33tarot@gmail with your question and pay. I'll send the money request through PayPal. That's if you guys can help me out, because all the money I get goes right back into this cast. I use it to buy new decks. Use it to buy new crystals, new decorations for the set. So whatever you guys can do would be very helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Candy, let's do a general reading for you. Let's see what's let's do a different kind of reading. Let's do what helps you, what hinders you, and what are your realized and unrealized potentials. Let's see what's going on with Candy, with what's helping you, what's hindering you, and what are your realized and unrealized potentials. Great Goddess, guide my intuition, guide my insight, guide these cards. Help me to have a good reading for Candy. And let's see what's going on with her in this general reading. All right, here we go. So we've got what helps Candy, what hinders Candy, and what is her potentials. What are these potentials, whether she realizes them or not? And we've got it looks like, well, it could be better, but we have a negative energy going on with this reading, which doesn't mean anything yet, but let's see what happens. So let's see what's helping you. We're looking at the opposite of the Queen of Pentacles. So what's helping you is it looks like someone who is able to establish their boundaries, someone who doesn't buy into bullshit. What's helping you is you're able to recognize bullshit when you see it, being able to draw the line, and being able to communicate to to people where you end. You know, where the line is, whether or not you're willing to go a certain length with somebody or not. So that's what I'm seeing is what's helping you. What's hindering you is maybe some relationship problems. Maybe there's some disparaging energies going on with a relationship, whether it's between you and your partner or if it's with somebody else and their partner. I'm looking at some maybe there's lack of confidence with you in relationships. That could also be another thing that's hindering you right now. Maybe there's regardless of the fact that you're able to establish your boundaries, yet you're still not able to fully commit yourself to the situation. And so here is your unrealized potentials. We've got the Hanged Man. We're talking about someone who is very self-sacrificial, someone who sacrifices themselves for the higher order, for higher wisdom, someone who is very balanced and in tune. So we're looking at someone who is able to stand on their head and see the world right side up. That's what I'm seeing as a very, very real potential for you. So I recommend meditation. I recommend communication with whoever it is that you may or may not be in a relationship with. Whoever you're in a relationship with, talk to them. And maybe look for what it is that is holding you back on the inside. There's some self-doubt there that's going on the inside, some kind of insecurity that's going on with you that you really need to address. You really need to meditate on that and focus on what's going on. So I highly recommend meditation. That's a very, very helpful exercise that I practice, and I recommend everybody do it. So that's your reading, Candy. All right, Denise. Denise, you are up. Denise, what would you like to know? Denise. Based on the extensive conversation I had today with Vincent, what did he take away from it? Well, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Let's see what we can do here. So we're gonna make up a spread. We're gonna make up a 3-card spread here, and we're gonna look at where Denise is on this situation. We're gonna look at where Vincent is after this conversation, and then the third card is going to be what he took away from it. We're going to look at a little bit of insight on what resonated with him, what exactly he picked up from that energy. So, great goddess, guide me, guide me, guide me. Here's Denise, here's Vincent, and here's what he took away from that. So Denise, and we're looking at a negative energy with this deck, with this spread right here. So, Denise, it looks like this isn't the first time you've gone over this situation with Vincent. It looks like something that you've talked to him before about it, and it just seems like you're doing it all over again. Whatever the case may be, it's like you can't. You're having a hard time getting through to him, whatever the situation is, whatever the conversation is. It just seems like you're trying to get your point across, and it's just not resonating. So that's what I'm seeing with these cards, Vincent. We got the 3 chalices. What we're looking at is he's sort of he looks like he's let me look in the book on this a little bit, because I'm a little unsure. This is still a new deck for me, guys. I'm still getting used to this. It's the first time I've actually pulled this card. So let me take a look at what the book says about this card and see if I can intuit for myself what it means. Spontaneous and pleasure. Okay, so we're looking at possibly we're looking at something. I'm seeing that maybe Vincent isn't exactly happy with how this conversation went. Maybe it's something that he wasn't ready to hear. Maybe it's something that he didn't want to hear. Maybe it's something that he felt like he needed to say that he didn't get across. Or maybe he said something that he feels like he didn't get heard. So that's what I'm seeing is going on with Vincent over here. As for what he took away from it, I don't see anything bad. I see that he understands that whatever boundary has been set in place, he understands. I'm seeing that he gets it. Whatever it is that you talked about, he gets it. He understands it. He's walking away with the information has been exchanged, and he understands what's going on. So whatever you had to say to him, it's getting through to him. But again, like I said, I don't think maybe he felt like he was heard. So maybe that's something you can revisit later with him. Whatever that means, whatever that means to you guys. If that resonates, I hope it does. Again, this is all this is interesting work. None of this is science, so I'm an empath. I'm not what do you call that? Psychedelic, parapsychic. What do you call it? Psychic. I'm not psychic, but I am an empath. I'm able to intuit energy. I'm able to intuit omens. So whatever I say, whether it resonates or not, it doesn't necessarily always resonate, but if it does, I really hope it does. I hope that you get whatever insight out of it that I can offer. I hope that I can help. So let's see who's next. Looks like beautifully Gabby is next. What will me and Zion going to do before I leave for California? What will me and Zion be doing before I go to California? Well, that's an interesting question. Can't say that I can predict what you're going to be doing. I can give you an idea of the energy surrounding whatever it is that you're going to be doing. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Let's see. What will me and Zion going to do before I leave for California? Well, let's do a current situation and challenges you'll be facing and some guidance regarding whatever it is that you'll be doing before you go to California. Let's see if I can get a card to represent exactly what it's going to be. I mean, I'm kind of shooting in the dark what you guys are doing. I don't know what you guys are doing. But we can see what the cards tell us and see if I can take an educated guess. So let's see what's going on with Gabby and Zion. So let's do a current situation, some challenges and guidance, and then we'll pull a card here to see what we can intuit is going on. We're looking at a negative energy here. So let's see a current situation. So what I see is you guys, let's see some domestic. We're talking about a Two of Pentacles. So we're talking about a very domesticated situation, a pair that are working together to make things happen in the home. We're talking about putting things together for the family. So we're looking at something close to home. Challenges that you'll be facing. Looks like, well, some bats and bugs got into the house. And so we're talking about some static that's going on. We're talking about unwelcome visitors in the house, possibly some uninvited friends, maybe some unwelcome family members. Something's going on with just things that are kind of getting in your hair, or some challenges that you'll be facing. And then some guidance on how to deal with that. We're looking at justice in reverse. So some guidance I'm seeing here is to be very patient with what's going on and try to be just in in your words and the things that you say, and just be very careful about how you approach people in whatever challenge that you face. As for what you guys will be doing in California, looks like a Two of Wands. So we're looking at fire energy. We're looking at something that you guys are going to be doing together. I'm going to guess something to do with fireworks, something to do with passion, something to do with creation, maybe sex. I don't know. That's kind of what the cards are telling me. Hold on a second, my phone's going off. Oh, time to feed the cat. I'll feed the cat later. We're almost done. Alrighty. So, however that resonates. All right, let's see who's next. You're welcome, Gabby. All right. Beautifully, Gabby. I think we just did yours. Looks like Hippie Witch is up. And then KG, I thought Champagne was on the list. Oh well. Maybe KG took Champagne's place. Whatever. Hippie Witch, you're up. What do you got? Okay, well, if we got one more person, we could do one more person. We could do Champagne and KG. We could squeeze them both in. But we'll go ahead and call it a night after that. So, Hippie Witch, what you got? Getting a strong feeling in my heart, like something amazing is about to happen. I try to read myself, but I can't. I think my wishes are interfering. What good thing? What is coming towards Hippie Witch? What is going on with Hippie Witch? What is coming towards her? Okay. So we're going to do a new 3-card spread. We're going to make one up for this. We're going to have one card represents Hippie Witch and her situation where she's at. We're going to have the good thing that's coming towards her on the other side, and then we're going to have the outcome in the middle. So that's what we're going to do here. So what is going on? What is coming towards Hippie Witch? Great Goddess guide me, and my intuition guide me, and my sights guide me, and my cards. Help me to figure out what's going on with Hippie Witch. Okay, so Hippie Witch. We got Hippie Witch. We've got this good thing, and then we've got the outcome in the middle. And we're looking at a positive energy. So Hippie Witch, we got the Ace of Wands. So obviously someone who is manifesting their will, someone who's in the beginning of something very dynamic, some very dynamic changes. Someone who is definitely got some magic going on. So Ace of Wands, that's very good. That's very awesome. I like where that's at. I like that energy. Let's see what this good thing is. We've got the World in reverse. And so because we have a positive energy with this reading, and this is how I interpret reverse cards. If we have a negative energy on the bottom of the deck, we usually read the opposite meaning of the card. If we have a positive energy on the bottom of the deck, we usually mean the accentuation, like the double meaning of the card. And so what we're seeing is the World in reverse. And this is a good thing. So whatever it is that's coming your way, you got the world coming your way, honey. The entire world is coming your way. So we're talking about very serious opportunities, whether it's financial, whether it's relationship. I'm going to say it has to do with commerce, maybe some kind of wealth that's coming your way, some kind of prosperity, whether that's money or not, I'm not sure, but just some kind of abundance is coming your way. And the outcome of this is the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing is we're looking at a bum asking you for some spare change, and so what I'm seeing here is you possibly having to sacrifice some of this abundance in order to promote good in this world. And so, which is not a bad thing. That's good karma. Anytime that you give something out of abundance, that's good karma. So I encourage you to do that. So that's what I'm seeing coming your way. Something abundant, something excessive. You're going to have something excessive coming your way, whatever that is, whether it's money, whether it's power, whether it's just good energy, whether it's maybe you'll just get a truckload of booties, baby booties, just a whole bunch of something that maybe you can sell them off for profit or something. I don't know. You just got something coming your way, and it's going to be awesome. Okay. All right, Champagne. No problem. Okay, KG, you're up. Already doubled the number of subs. That's what's up. I got 20 likes on this video. That's fantastic. Getting the vibe tribe up in the house. That's what I'm talking about. All right, KG, you are up. What's coming next for me in my love life? Let's see. What's going on with KG's love life? Let's do kind of a spread like we just did with Hippie Witch. We'll do KG on one side. We'll do what's coming towards you in your love life on the other, and then we'll do like an outcome card and see what kind of energy that brings. So KG, what's going on with KG? All right, so we got a positive energy here. We've got KG, we've got our love life here that's coming towards her, and the outcome of that. So KG, we got someone who is well, regarding love, you're looking for it. That's for sure. You're maybe looking in the wrong places, but regardless, you're looking, and that's good. I would say, in advice to that, I would say just be careful of where you're looking at for love. Be careful of certain people that you're talking to, because not every person is the greatest person in the world. Unfortunately, we don't live in a utopia, but there are good people out there, so be open for that. Love life coming your way. I'm seeing a King of Wands. I'm seeing a very fiery energy. I'm seeing someone who's very confident. I'm seeing definitely a masculine energy, so obviously a man. I'm seeing someone who is very willful, someone that has a lot of influence and power. That's what I'm seeing coming. That's the dynamic energy. That's the overall energy that I'm seeing coming for you. And then what is the outcome of this relationship? So I'm seeing a Two of Pentacles in reverse. So because this is a positive energy that I'm seeing here, double meaning of the card, I'm seeing a very domestic situation. Two is usually has to do with team, a pair of coming together of ones. Pentacles is very domestic, very homebodied, and so and very also prosperous. So I'm seeing something domestic, something very domestic coming together, like putting together a cake, putting all the ingredients in a bowl and making something good happen. So I'm seeing something good. Something's good coming your way. It's just keep an eye out for a fire sign. Keep an eye out for someone who's very confident, someone who's probably very good looking, and someone who knows what they want. Someone who's very someone who is very well versed in not necessarily someone who's very good at speaking, but someone who, when they speak, they definitely know what they're talking about. So that's what I have to offer. That's my reading for KG. So on this reading, Hippie Witch, on the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. That was on the bottom of this deck. No worries. And what was on the bottom of the deck for your reading? I forgot. I have no idea. It was positive. It was a positive card. It was a positive energy. I know that. You're welcome, KG. Actually, if I remember right, I think I remember what it was. Let me see if I can find it. I know the cards by the images and not by necessarily the card numbers. That's how I do my readings, is by the images. That's how I like to do readings. I think it just makes more sense that way. What do we have? Oh, we had it was the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords was on the bottom of your deck. So it was actually a negative energy. That was, I believe that was on the bottom. Yeah, Two of Swords. Well, thank you, Queen of Death and Cups. I appreciate it. Well, that's going to be the end of my stream. So I appreciate you guys joining me. I'm really happy to have the Vibe Tribe up in the house. So I'm going to be doing this weeknights around this time, starting about maybe 10, 11-ish Pacific Standard Time, and then streaming for a couple hours. We'll just see how I feel. And if you guys want to help support my channel, again, the links are in the description below. If you want to donate, that'd be awesome. If you want a private reading, I charge $10. You just go ahead and send me the question. I'll send you the money request, and then I'll send you the video directly to your email. So there's no putting your business out there. And then all of the money that comes to me goes right back into this cast. It doesn't go towards fancy cars or anything. I'm not making any money off this. This is just me trying to spread some goodness in the world. And I really hope that everything that I do here is helpful in helping you guys understand the universe a little bit better. Keep in mind that all tarot readings for entertainment purposes. I have to legally say that. And so thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. So let's see, my readings keep showing him, and I thought my heart could be blocking me. Well, Hippie Witch Tarot, if you're on tomorrow, we'll do some more reading. So PayPal is Christopher33 Tarot. That's PayPal. Yes. The link to the PayPal is actually in the for private readings. You want to yes, it's Christopher33 tarot@gmail.com. That's my email. So thank you guys. All right, have a good night. Bye guys.